Welcome one more time to the GFNY show. My name is Talia Schurman.
And my name is Luis Lemus. On this episode, we're gonna talk about the new races that are adding to the 2022 GFNY calendar, and also some races that we already had them on the past, but by some reason they, not only COVID, but they stopped being part of the calendar, and now they're back stronger than ever.
And as always, we have a giveaway for you. We have an entry for GFNY Waco, so stay with us. And also don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. And let's go to the show. Let's start with those races that were before on the GFNY calendar and for some reason they didn't happen. Let's start with GFNY Portugal. We are super happy to have GFNY Portugal back because it's one of the races that has suffered the most, not only because of COVID, but let's remember in 2019, a race was about to happen. The cyclists were already there in Portugal, and because of fires, it didn't happen. So we are super happy it's coming stronger. It's happening this year on 2022. And also Portugal, it's a beautiful country, so we can't wait to be there. Another GFNY coming back is GFNY Bogota. We are super excited about this. The GFNY Mexico team is going to be organizing GFNY Bogota, so we can expect all you are used to in all the races in Mexico, like Monterrey, Cozumel, Oaxaca now coming soon. So all this same organization of these races, we can expect the same from Bogota, and we're super happy because Bogota is just an amazing place, amazing country that loves cycling and that receives cyclists like with open hands, literally. So
they deserve it.
Yeah, they deserve it, and we are very looking forward to be at this race.
Now we're gonna talk about the new races that are gonna happen for this year, 2022. They're the first time the races are happening and they're part of the GFNY calendar. I'm sorry, I need to take my computer because they are a lot. We're very happy that the action will start 27th of March, GFNY Cannes. This race is probably, quote unquote, the easiest you can do in France. And I'm saying this because this may not have the big Alpine or Pyrenees mountains, but still more than rolling hills. It's not flat, it's not rolling hills. It has quite a bit of climbing, but they're not crazy long mountain passes.
I think it's a perfect race to start the season with.
It's just the right amount of climbing you need to start your season at the end of March, so it's already nicer and warmer and you can get your legs going for the next races, because actually the second race that is a new addition to the GFNY calendar is also in France. These races have been announced a long time ago. Some of the races we're announcing right now, they're kind of new announcements, but we've been working for those races and more than a year in advance. Not only is when we announce the race, but normally before we announce a race, the team behind the races have been working for over a year, sometimes even 2 years. So Villard-de-Lans, 29th of May, 2 months after Cannes. It's another race in France. This is hillier, this is harder, but still, I would say it's just slightly more gentle than the others that are coming. Next race on the calendar, 12th of June. This is the first new race that it's not in Europe. It's in Michigan, Ann Arbor. This is gonna be a fast race. This is a new place we're racing in the States. We have another new race also in the States, but we're very happy to go to Michigan. It's gonna be an amazing, and I will say crazy fast race. There's a big cycling scene on this area of the States, so we're very excited that GFNY is also heading this way. Same day, different continent, different country, but same day, 12th of June, we go back to France and we start with the serious big climbing, more than 4,000 meters of climbing. GFNY Lourdes Tourmalet. This is going to be a monster. This may be already your third race of the year, third race in France. You should be ready by this point. Well, this is not a new race to the calendar, but if you're also racing the next weekend at GFNY La Bougenie Alpe d'Huez, then wow, that's a solid 2 weekends of back-to-back racing.
Sounds like a great plan.
It's a great plan. Just imagine you do GFNY, Lourdes Tourmalet, then you spend a week riding your bike in France, and then you do another GFNY the next Sunday. Sounds like a plan. Now we go back to the new races to the calendar, and the one that we're giving you an entry for this year's race is GFNY Waco in Texas. We have a race now in the state of the Soul Star, the biggest state of USA. We have now a GFNY. This has been a long time coming. We as GFNY Gruppo already were at Waco. We did some shooting. We saw the course. It's going to be very interesting. My takeaway is that it's going to be a fast, hard, and tactical race. It's not flat. I would say slightly less than rolling hills, but you change so many times of directions. The roads are narrow compared to the normal roads we have in the States. It's more narrow, so it's going to be very tactical race. GFNY Waco, Texas is going to be great race. Waco, it's very close from Dallas, so you can fly to Dallas, drive down to Waco. People, it's amazing. The food was amazing. The beers were very good, and everyone's just going to enjoy the trip to Texas.
Also, if you are going from Mexico, for example, north of Mexico, it's like you can drive and it's pretty easy to get there.
Yeah, everyone in Monterrey, Chihuahua, Durango, they can do an easy drive up to the States. It's gonna be an interesting weekend for sure. Now we go to a very new area of the world and a very new country that GFNY has never raced before. This is Sweden. So we are getting to the Vikings, the 3rd of July. GFNY Uppsala is going to be something very different. For me, this is almost like Peru or like Ecuador, that these are, for me, very different countries that I've never been before, and I want to explore everything, the food, the people, the culture, the Vikings, learn more about them, visit museums. A big tip, if you want to do a nice, good trip, is that the weekend before GFNY Uppsala, there's going to be the National Road Championships at the same city of Sweden, obviously. It's the National Championships. You can watch the race on Sunday, spend your whole week riding your bike, visiting this new culture, visiting this new country, and then race yourself next Sunday. So that kind of sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
We go back next weekend to France, 10th of July, Grand Ballon. As I said, some of these races, you already know them. We have mentioned them here in the show before, so we're going not many to the details of the race and the course. We're heading to a new race to the GFNY calendar, and this is in Mexico. New to the Mexican calendar is Oaxaca. Oaxaca, it's in the south of Mexico. It's probably, in my opinion, the most cultural state of all Mexico. The food is amazing, pyramids, mezcal, just everything of Oaxaca. It's different. Definitely a trip you want to go. And the race is gentle. It's hard. You have a big climb.
It's like Monterrey. You start flat and most of the race is flat, and then you end up in a climb.
Yes, so for me that's great because it's not only flat, but it's not super hard up and down all day. So you have your flat, fast part to warm up, and then you have your big challenge, big climb at the end to finish your race. And last but not least, the latest new addition to the GFNY calendar. This was just announced last week. You big fans already know which race I'm talking about, and that's GFNY Zapopan. We are very excited because this is just like 2 hours drive from where we are right now filming the show. So this is the closest GFNY that we have. It's going to be amazing. For those of you who may not identify by name Zapopan, it's same as Guadalajara. Guadalajara is basically the same city, but Zapopan, the municipality that said, I want the GFNY, I want the start and finish line on my side of the city. So we're racing in Zapopan. It's going to be crazy fast. This is rolling hills. Zapopan, it's an amazing city. I think there's a huge cycling scene in Jalisco by itself, in the whole state. So I'm guessing this race is going to have a very big level because it's not only Guadalajara, Zapopan, but also from like we're 2 hours from there, and all the small cities that are in between: León, Guanajuato, Querétaro, which are not very far, Morelia, Lagos de Moreno. I think there's a lot of good cyclists that are going to show up to this race, and I think it's going to be very hard one. So that's it. Those are the new races. I don't remember if I said the date. Zapopan is October the 2nd. So the first weekend of October, we have this last new GFNY. We still have more races. If you want to see the calendar or the new additions that we're announced later on the year, because we're still working hard on the GFNY calendar every single day, go to gfny.com. As easy as that. You will see the calendar, then you just click on the race you want, and then you get all the information of the whatever race we already mentioned or whatever race you want to go.
Okay, now you know all the new races, and we are going to give you an entry for one of that races, which is GFNY Waco. All you have to do is go to our Instagram, GFNY Gruppo, and look for the giveaway picture and leave us a comment telling us what would you like to do in Waco.
It's just that. Can be racing your bike, getting coffee, surfing, so visiting the park, going to the zoo. There are many things. You can see also our video that we already did for Waco, Texas. So see you here next week with the announcement of the winner. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, share this video, please, give us a like, and see you here next week.